50 maybe. That's so.
I
Dr.
think
Nirmal,
we,
yes, that.
yeah, we should start.
Okay, shall we start? Okay. Okay. So I am Nilima Shah, moderator for today's event, and I welcome all of you on behalf of the Women Mental Health Subcommittee of IPS West Zone. And we have with us Dr. Ritamra Mehta, who is the chairperson of the subcommittee, and Dr. Vidyut Khandewale, who is the convener. And we have the topic for today as the anatomy of affairs in Indian marriages. And Dr. Trupti Patel is going to be our speaker for the day. I would like to invite Dr. Ritamra Mehta to introduce her and to introduce the topic for our audiences.
Hello, good evening, all. Uh, Let me introduce. Can we have her slide? Do we have her slide, Dr. Nilima?
Yes, I do have the slide, but I need sharing rights.
Oh, you don't have sharing rights?
Dr.
No.
Trupti, you are muted.
Trupti, you can share your slide. Do you have your slide, Trupti?
I sent it
Dr.
I
Trupti.
sent it to you today in your WhatsApp chat. It is there.
You mean you are talking to me?
Actually, Dr. Trupti is muted. You cannot hear her.
Oh, yes. Dr. Trupti, she actually has been a very versatile and very dynamic consultant psychiatrist, I would say. For last more than 15 years, she has been in Surat, and after her marriage, I think she moved to Surat, and we are lucky that she is in Surat. She has been always very vocal, enthusiastic, always attending all our programs of the South Zone, Gujarat, West Zone, etc. And what is interesting is that she is a very lively person, and the emotional tone that she actually speaks with, that's what actually touches everyone's heart. And she said she would not like to talk more on her achievements rather, but she has been a member of all women psychiatry forums here in Gujarat, as well as she also is part of many other specialty forums also, whether it be obstetricians, gynecologists, or all the, we have a lady doctors forum also in Surat. She's very active, and because of this nature of her, I think with her patients also, she actually can really delve deeper in the emotional aspects of people. And a very apt topic for the today she has chosen. She has worked a lot on these areas, especially with her patients, not just with the patients, but also many a times with people around her. That she actually looks at relationships very differently. And we have in this area so much of Western literature, but hardly much we talk about in Indian scenarios. So I think definitely this is an opportunity for us. We have so many uh, uh, I would not say misconceptions, but so many beliefs in India, being an enmeshed society. When we really talk about marriages or the relationships, the first quarter of our life actually we are under the influence of parents, but rest the half of the century we live with the partner. And that quality of relationship really matters throughout our life. And if that gets affected, definitely, though the beliefs are that marriages are made in heaven, and so many such concepts in the Indian scenarios. But we also know that divorces are also reality, and even if people don't come out of marriage, the relationships are not sometimes that quality, and people suffer like anything, especially when we talk about mental illnesses and marriages. Of course, it's a different scenario altogether. We are not going to touch more on that, but normatively also, with some common mental problems, anxiety disorders, depressive disorders, and other such life stage issues, people do walk in our clinics, and they do share these kind of difficulties. And when do they share, sometimes we find that how to talk about these issues, how to explore, how to evaluate, how to assess, and how to go about managing them. So
I am not so good at this. Yes. Okay. So welcome everyone. Let's, it's not just the anatomy, it's also the biology and the chemistry of affairs in especially Indian marriages. Okay. So is everyone's chat open?
yeah, they will chat.
Yes. So I think I may not be able to multitask. So I'll request
Oh, that
Nilima to
Dr. Nilima and others.
Yes, yes. So we have a small poll at the start. Okay, yeah, before we begin, it's a judgment-free zone. And if at all we have some sharings here, people confide something, we'll keep them confidential. And yes, you need not keep your camera on. It's absolutely okay. You can have dinner and also attend this. It's okay. And you can unmute and also interrupt me if you have any queries, even in the middle. We'll have a short Q&A at the end. And yes, please participate through chat. Okay, there are some activities that we'll be doing. The first one being that what is the reason you are here for this lecture today? So A, is it curiosity? It's an interesting topic. B, is it directly or indirectly some personal experience of a friend, of a relative, or C, in professional interest, and D, someone I know is going through this. So could you guys type in the chat box? I am not able to see it. I'm so sorry.
Yes, I can see.
Yeah. Okay.
So most of them are C, professional interest.
Wow. I'm so glad because I will be able to help in my limited capacity. So a lot of this lecture is more towards not just the Western studies. A lot of them are there in Western, but they somehow do not apply to Indian marriages because we have very different definitions. Starting with definition also, we have a problem where Western psychology mein affair is a physical or emotional betrayal. India mein, even if a man goes out for a lunch with a female colleague or he laughs or jokes with women, he's suspected of having an affair or what we call loose character. तो जब तक ये definition clear नहीं होगी तब तक a lot of the problem solution will also not be so clear. So still we start with the definition of an affair. An affair is a violation, sorry. So I'm a little nervous, of emotional and physical exclusivity in a committed relationship. Okay. So it need not be marriage, but if you are committed and if you are intimate with someone, you are keeping it secret, the energy that is reserved or that has been committed to someone, if it's directed or it's replaced, that person is replaced by someone else, then we call it an affair. it happens when there are these three things happening. So even emotional affairs are affairs. Okay. So when there is an emotional shift, someone else becomes the person you feel more comfortable with, you feel more heard, you feel more lively with. Secrecy. Okay, अफेयर मजेदार होता ही इसलिए है क्योंकि इसमें ये सीक्रेसी होती है. Okay, so conversations are hidden, passwords are changed, and you get uncomfortable if your chats are, or your photographs are being um, explored, or someone is going through them. And third is the actual boundary crossing, where it can be emotional first, in emotional intimacy that leads to romance, and sexual, not always physical, but it can also be an investment of time, attention, and desire. So three core elements: emotional shift, secrecy, and boundary crossing. After having this seen, I'm going to divide this lecture into three parts. What happens before the betrayal, the road to betrayal, what happens within the betrayal, and then we'll see what to do after discovery, or how to treat when it is brought to your clinic. Yeah. So myths, especially related to Indian marriages, that set the ground, or that set the stage for more affairs to happen for different reason in Indian marriages. Okay, so I think we all are guilty of believing these myths sometime or the other. Maybe when we are younger, we're not psychiatrists. कि जैसे प्यार शादी के बाद हो जाता है. ओके, सो हम बहुत सारे हमारे पेशेंट्स भी सोचते हैं कि शादी कोई बहुत ही ऐसा मैजिकल सॉल्यूशन है, एंड दे फील दैट बस शादी करा देनी है, बाकी सब ऑटोमेटिकली हो जाएगा. जी नहीं, रिसर्च सेज दैट यू नीड ABCD components as investments, regular deposits in the love account of marriage for love to actually happen. अच्छी शादी में लड़ाई नहीं होती. No. John Gottman, one of the very revered name in relationship, he says that 70% of the marital conflicts are gridlock. They don't have any solution, and that's why banning conflicts do not lead them. It might we might think that it's peace, but it's actually silence. Adjust कर लो, सब ठीक हो जाएगा. Usually the मैके वालास, they tell the girl that if she has some issues with the marriage, they say no, as time passes everything will become better, and just tolerate for the timing, don't raise your voice, don't upset anyone, don't back answer your sasuma. So what all this leads to is an adjustment debt. I call it adjustment dowry. This is an emotional dowry that उससे कभी पेट ही नहीं भरता है कि हम और एडजस्टमेंट थोड़ा और कर लो ऐसे करते हैं, एंड दिस लीड्स टू कंपाउंडिंग रिजेंटमेंट इन द पर्सन हु इज suffering, and a lot of times this also sets the stage we'll see in future. बच्चे आ जाएंगे तो strong हो जाएगा. जी नहीं. Studies say that marital satisfaction drops after the first child, and a lot of affairs happen during the postpartum leaves, that the woman is not at home, the mother like she's for that 40 days she's at her maika, or there's no sex because of tiredness or because of the parenting responsibilities. Fifth is affair character की कमी है. नहीं, it's a very very damaging myth. A lot of affairs are done by people or are committed by people who love their partners and who had never thought they would do it. Okay, a lot of people will come in your clinic very guilt ridden after they realize what has happened. Indian marriages में affairs कम होते हैं. We are a very cultural country, religious country. No. Okay, Gliden, it's the latest app that is officially an app for extramarital affairs. And it says 55% of married adults have admitted to emotional or physical affairs in India. I couldn't include that study, but Gliden has recently released the data that Indians, they're so desperate for connection outside marriage, that 4 million members they have in a very short time, and the increase in female numbers is 128% over the last year. So over last 2 years. So look at the demographic changes. This Glidden site, it is free for the females. If they are looking for some connection, it's paid for the males. It's a very, very interesting site, but it's taking up, because there's no censorship or there's no policing for such apps. So, and physical nahi hai to affair nahi hai, absolutely not. Okay. Emotional affairs are in fact more traumatizing because they shake the foundation of any relationship, that is connection. So what are the 4 pillars of a healthy marriage? I love mnemonics. I love remembering. I love teaching things that can be remembered. So A, B, C, D. A is attachment. Okay, you feel a secure safety with that person. Indian marriages provide a lot of structural safety. They provide finance, they provide social reputation, they provide all the physical needs that one needs, but then the actual foundation of emotional safety is sometimes missed. Being you, identity. A lot of times Indian marriages are reduced to roles, and they are pre-decided. Before a woman comes in a house, it is already decided by the culture of that family that what she would be expected of. Okay, thereby when uh, she's drowned in those roles, sometimes she also misses her identity in it. Communication, connection, हम बात करते हैं और सच में beyond logistics and beyond silence, communication about our feelings, about what's bothering us, about openly being able to disagree with our partner is the actual crux of communication. And desire, very much a part of a healthy marriage. It might not be just sexual, but you feel wanted. You feel that your coming in that person's life has added spark and energy. That is what is one of the main pillars. So what's the role to betrayal? So is everyone with me, or like you have logged out and I am talking? Yes, everyone's there?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
we are very much there.
Okay, thank you, thank you. I am not so very fond of this online platform. I feel it's very one-sided, and I sometimes need to check in with someone talking to me. So what's the road to betrayal? How is that a marriage? No one decides to commit to a relationship thinking that one day I'm going to have an affair. Okay, one day, मैं इसको धोखा दूंगा ऐसे. Okay. So how does that happen? Okay, very interesting. So, one of the myths is that affair is not a sexual problem. Okay, it's not about attraction, it's not about lust, it is something more than that. And this is one of the formulas that I remember. I remember it as AIO. Okay, AIO. So attachment injury, some problem with the attachment. Okay, either the combination is not good, or either one of the persons is suffering. And second is emotional deprivation. And third, obviously, you need a opportunity. So I feel that affair is not a problem. It's a symptom, or it's rather an X-ray that shows where the where the cracks were in the relationship. Okay. So affairs का सबसे बड़ा reason क्या है? I think we took this poll in the group also. And the answer to this is emotional disconnection in marriage. Okay. Whatever seems like a cause of an affair is mostly rooted in this. Okay. It's the emotional foundation of marriage, of connection, of understanding, which somewhere gets broken. So what's the recipe of an affair? I remember it with the mnemonic affair. So one was attachment deficit. Second is familiarity exposure. So you need to, have repeated interaction with that person, either, as a husband of a friend, or someone who works at your place, or someone whom you interact with at a cafe, or those kind of things, felt validation. So when that emotional connection is lacking and you feel that someone has noticed you, someone has appreciated you, which you have been deprived of for long, then that, that small shift happens. And that is what sows the seed of an affair. Fourth is that the relationship that was supposed to provide all this, there is some issues there, okay? A conflict that has not been addressed. There is some kind of emotional disconnection there. And second last, I is very important, because ultimately it's your inner moral compass that will stop you, okay? Even if there are all these things, but ultimately what happens is, by the time you reach this stage, you have shifted that moral compass by saying that no. You somehow give yourself an explanation and tell yourself that it's okay. Maybe I'm so helpless, or maybe what else can I do, or maybe I deserve this, I've sacrificed so much, or I have suffered so much and now I need this, or there is no other way out except this. And then once you have given yourself that permission, is what it plays out in the form of emotional physical boundary, which is crossed. So type of affairs: emotional, physical, sexual. It can be combination of both. It can be an exit affair where you use it to end your marriage. It can be a compensatory affair where you're not getting something in your present relationship. You look out for that in some other relationship. And narcissistic supply, where there is a addictive pattern. Each has a different prognosis, and the treatment path also differs. So why affairs happen in India? So everywhere West, I'll be first defining the Western aspect of it, and then we'll be looking into more Indian patterns. Okay, so these are 4 patterns. Ceasefire marriages, where there is it's a stage of marriage where both the partners have given up. Okay, they have already accepted that there is nothing in this marriage. Okay, we have tried everything and nothing is working out. They just accepted that this is how it is going to be. Either they give up on conflicts, or they give up on any efforts to connect, and they just simply thrive. They simply survive through it. Sorry. Adjustment debt is, we already talked about it. It's a dowry that, we keep asking one of the partners to keep giving, and it's never enough. Provider trap is the male partner being, or the provider partner, not knowing that he has to, or she has to be more than that. Okay, it's an Indian concept where we say ki haan, a lot of males, when there's a discovery, they justify, or they're angry कि मैंने सब कुछ तो दिया तुम्हें, right? मैंने सब तुम्हें घुमाया, दे से कि इसको जो चाहिए था वो देता हूँ, जब जो कहती है वो देता हूँ, मैंने इसको क्या बोलते हैं, I've never I don't have any vices. Okay, I have always supported her. So they feel that this is enough. These provisions are enough, neglecting that emotional necessities or emotional safety also has to be created beyond these things. Okay, and substitution bond is that we forget, or we get drowned in our parental responsibility so much that the couple in that marriage gets substituted. So we're going to talk about 5 scenarios, and I want you to tell what are the patterns that you see that might have led to the affair. Okay. So I might skip the last one a little fast because we'll be saving time. Yeah. So this is Priya. It's scenario 1, the invisible wife. She's married since 12 years. Her husband Rohit provides well, never raises her voice. But in 12 years, he's never once asked कि तुम क्या सोच रही हो या तुम क्या feel कर रही हो. One day, an old college friend reconnects on Instagram and he asks her that तुम वही हो ना जो पेंटिंग करती थी? तुम तो बहुत talented थी. And Priya cries that night, not because she loves this man, but because she remembered who she was before all this. So what do you think? If this leads to an affair, what would the causes for this? Yeah, so you can unmute and say, or you can type in the chat box, whatever is the norm.
Identity.
Yes, yes,
She saw her older self and how marriage has changed her.
yes. Very nice.
That's what is in the chat. I agree. Again, Ayushi is there.
What about the husband?
Communication.
Yes, he's never once asked कि तुम क्या सोच रही हो या तुम क्या फील करती हो ऐसे. Yes,
Yeah, do you think
yes.
she would have asked like what you are feeling also? Even that would not have happened. The thing is, contentment and satisfaction is something, one should have at some level or other. So every person can have a little amount of dissatisfaction somewhere or other.
Yes.
So that can't be an excuse for an affair.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that there are multiple things that have come together. We saw the recipe of affair. Yes, we saw the AAFFAI. Okay, so is there a lack of emotional connection between both of them? He's never asked her. He's provided well. Okay, so there's a provider trap here. Okay, there is a substitution bond. She has drowned herself in her marital duties and she forgot that her identity, that she used to be very talented, and it somewhere didn't. And digital proximity. Okay, so when we see the repeated exposure is proximity is one of the causes. Okay, we need exposure. So because of one of the causes that affairs are rising so much nowadays is they are cyber affairs. Okay, they are because you get to it's so safe to connect. ठीक है, पुराने जमाने में you could not have affairs openly. Okay, that was one of the deterrent. But today, even if you are sitting beside your wife in the bedroom, you can still, you can still have an emotional affair with someone you're chatting with. So if only Rohit had once asked a curious question once a week, would this story have been different ending? Definitely. Second, the dutiful son. So before his arranged marriage, he loved Kavita. Okay, this is Amit, who's 40-year-old. His parents had disapproved because she was a different caste, and he ended it. 15 years later, Kavita sends a Facebook request, and by the third week, 2-hour phone calls have started happening. He's not planning an affair. What is happening here is he's mourning a life he never lived. Okay, so what are the causes here? So I'll disclose it because I'm not sure everyone's typing or not. It's called a nostalgia affair. Okay, it is also a kind of a grief that happens in lot of affairs where um, they reconnect because of Facebook. Or I had this patient who went on a reunion and he confessed that I met my old flame and we just couldn't stop from committing a affair. So Amit is not in love with Kavita. He's in love with who he was then. Okay. Had he grieved the loss properly, perhaps in therapy, the nostalgia could have lost its power. So third, Sunita and Rajesh, 45. They're a perfect
So
couple.
there is one comment on this scenario that also is autonomy special because he wasn't under.
Pardon? I couldn't hear you properly. Could you repeat, Nilima Ben?
His autonomy is questioned because he wasn't allowed every
He wasn't allowed
to
to
get married.
Yes, yes, definitely. Definitely. These resentments always stay against the family, against the system. And if they get an outlet to relive it without harming the system, or without, they find a subway through the system. Okay. And a lot of these affairs are online because they're so safe to, they are so undetectable there. So coming to Sunita and Rajesh, they're a perfect couple, 20 years, no fight. There is no divorce. Pardon?
Whenever a participant is talking, there's an echo of voice. So I request please manage this issue.
Okay.
Yes, there's a echo. That's why you cannot hear properly.
Even my voice is echoing?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Shall I continue?
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you. So they are a perfect couple, but they've not had any real conversation in 7 years and no intimacy in 4. This is a very common scenario in my cabin, that when I ask them, when was the last time you had sexual intercourse, they look at each other because they have not matched their answers, and then one of the person will say 6 months, and the other, in the same breath says 2 years. So a lot of times this is something that we never communicate, we never look at it as an issue, and a lot of times it goes, this sexual distancing, it happens very, very understandably in Indian couples, थोड़े से 2-3 बार आप रिजेक्ट कर देते हो, या कुछ सिनेरियोज आ जाते हैं, स्पेशली इन 40s 50s. कल्चरली ऑल्सो वी फील कि नहीं, अब तो बूढ़े हो रहे हैं, या अब ये सब शोभा नहीं देता, बच्चे बड़े हो रहे हैं. So let's see what happens with them. So when Rajesh's colleague starts admiring his work, touching his arm during meetings, he feels alive. He starts dressing better, and he starts looking forward to not the weekend, but Monday. So what's happening here is, so I'm rushing a little fast because I want to focus on the treatment part. So it's a ceasefire marriage that we were talking about, and the desire to feel wanted and alive went unmet for so long that the first person who provided it felt like oxygen. Now, the absence of conflicts was mistaken for health. Okay, the peace in the house was actually silence. And what if they had learned to fight well or communicate better? Yes, of course, this would have got avoided. Meera, 33, joint family, mother-in-law monitors everything. And husband Vikram says, "माँ ऐसी ही है, please adjust कर लो." या थोड़ा टाइम जाने दो. Meera adjusts until she has no opinions left. A work colleague, she's a working woman, so treats her as an equal. He asks her opinions, values her intelligence, and the affair that follows is not about romance, it's about reclaiming that lost identity, that she's not able to live in in her marriage, where there is lot of adjustments, lot of responsibility, lot of monitoring. And yeah, there's something called as the izzat veto. So adjust kar lo is something because we are told कि हम कुछ भी आवाज उठाएंगे या कुछ भी करेंगे तो लोग क्या कहेंगे, या ये सब बातें हम बाहर नहीं कर सकते. So I call it the izzat veto. Okay, see, लोग क्या कहेंगे syndrome. So a lot of times women who are not very satisfied in their marriage, just because some of them don't even inform their parents what's happening with them, or how they are not emotionally happy in their marriages, or they are suffering with some conflict that no one is ready to listen to or resolve. So a lot of times, women come and they say, मेरी मम्मी को, मेरे पापा की अभी एंजियो हुई है, मेरी मम्मी को भी बहुत हाई डायबिटीज रहता है, तो मैं उनको भी कुछ नहीं बता सकती है. तो लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स दे डोंट इवन गेट टू वॉइस देयर कंसर्न्स एनीवेयर. एंड यू विल सी lot of these adjustment debt wives as your patients who come with depression and anxiety. So the marriage का return gift होता है ये adjustment के बदले में. I call it like that this depression is a return gift because she doesn't have any place to ventilate her what she's tolerating for so long, her resentments, and plus no one is concerned about that. Okay? So she lost herself, and the affair was the first thing she chose for herself in 8 years. If Vikram had stood between his wife and mother even once, would the trajectory have changed? Definitely. She wanted someone to support her. Kunal, okay, so 2 affairs behind him, currently in 3rd. After each discovery, there is devastation, begging, therapy, promises. बहुत सॉरी बोलता है कॉम्पेंसेटरी उसको करने के लिए बहुत सारा प्यार भी निछावर करता है अपने पार्टनर पर, लेकिन 2-4 महीनों में 1-8 साल में वापस एक अफेयर हो जाता है. So beneath this is some personality traits or some attachment issues, childhood neglect, or some deep beliefs that lead to a compulsive serial pattern, which is seen even in narcissist personality traits. A lot of borderline personalities also take this path. And how do we distinguish a person who made a terrible mistake from a person with a pattern? This is the single most clinical judgment in India. Okay, so we see this pattern repeatedly. That itself tells us. So now what happens inside an affair? Okay, is everyone with me, and is it like, are you liking it?
Yes.
Yes. So I just need to hear that voice, someone's voice.
See the thumbs up.
Pardon?
See the thumbs up screen.
I am not able to see. I don't know what setting. Maybe in the mobile they don't have those settings. So remember, while we are till here, that if you've watched some movies, they're not the present ones, but there were movies like Ijazat or Silsila or Astitva was a very nice movie. So these have these they dissect the anatomy very well about how an affair happens. They have different patterns. So I think we can just reflect on that, and let's now see what actually happens inside an affair. So there are 3 phases of every affair. Okay, limerence. I am not aware if this is a very routinely used word, but it is something that even today's Gen Z is getting affected with. Okay, it's that it's that cocktail boost of all the hormones that make us feel like this is so exciting. Okay, and what makes affair exciting is the scarcity, because there are very few meetings and 2 ही घंटे में मिलना है, so that creates that excitement. There is secrecy, obviously. They say that the same VTA lights up when we do things that are risky, and of course the contrast, that you're getting something that you're not getting in your marriage. Then the second phase is double life, where you are now leading to emotional parallel lives. You'll suffer from guilt cycles. You will justify it through self-compassion, or you'll make that moral shift inside. Paradoxical kindness is something that is very often seen. So signs of an impending affair for someone to look out in their partner is that कोई एक नाम बार बार आने लगता है. Okay, there's more time, there's secrecy around phones. There is sudden change in dressing, in their energy. They're more conscious about these things. And fourth, yes, that suddenly they're giving you attention that was not there. Okay, it's guilt driven. So they'll say, तुमको क्या चाहिए? मैं gift लाके देता हूँ. They start bringing flowers or something. So this is that double life where the it's not still discovered, but that person is dealing with that guilt and with how he is making it sure that he or she is making it sure that it is not revealed or it doesn't come to anyone's notice. And last is the Sach ka Samna, that discovery happens. What shatters after discovery is these three things: the trust in partner, the trust in self. Okay, a lot of, like, I remember one patient, US patient. She was a very highly recognized in her circle. She was into finance and very respected and prestigious position. And she just discovered that her husband was chatting with someone and she just couldn't forgive herself. She was like, how could I be so stupid? And she divorced that guy. So that, she had to reclaim that trust in her. Like, she came to visit me, and the one thing that she said was, how can I be so stupid? How could I not know this person was like this? Trust in the narrative. Yes. So, everything now, your every marriage, your every moment that you had stored in your memory as love is now rewritten, is now revisited with a sense of doubt कि तब भी वो मेरा था, या तब भी तुम वहां थे, या मेरे उसके बारे में ही सोच रहे थे जब तुम मेरे साथ थे. So this is devastating, and that's why we have what will come to the stages of recovery. And what was the affair all about? So Esther Perel is one very known faculty. I am a fan of her TED talk, and I've like listened it for so many times. लोग पिक्चर बार बार देखते हैं, मैं इसका TED talk देखती हूँ. It is such a wisdom in that 15 minutes. So she says that what are you seeking is what is the affair all about. It's not why you did it. So she says to feel alive when the marriage becomes dead. So there was a patient just yesterday, and she said, she'd come to me. She's a 3-year-old patient. So 3-year-old means 3 साल से वो मेरे पास आ रही है. The first time she shifted in a building, she was like, यहाँ पे मैम सब लोगों के अफेयर चल रहे एक दूसरे से. I don't like. I have come in this building. And yesterday she said that, since 2 years we've not had sex, and I used to come home with a very dead energy. And this is my friend's husband who just phoned me and said, "Chal aana, kuch karte hain." And she just went and had sex with him. And she was not guilty about it. So this is the newer dynamics that are emerging. Women are becoming more aware of what they are entitled to, what are their rights, and sometimes they go and seek it just to feel desired by someone, to reclaim their identity, or to escape emotional death. Okay, silence becomes unbearable. घर में इतना सन्नाटा था, and to process grief. Okay, so a lot of times they had imagined. So this is also very, very common. A lot of marriages break because Bollywood has fed us with an idea that marriage is supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be romantic. It's supposed to be, your partner is supposed to be very supportive, and it's la la land all throughout. But it's not like that. We don't teach how to deal with conflict. We don't teach how to adjust healthily. We don't teach how to mourn things that they need to accept. Sometimes they need to compromise. So every compromise gives rise to some kind of resentment, or some kind of death of that dream. कि नहीं, ये भी नहीं है, ये भी नहीं है. And to process that grief, sometimes they need some other shoulder. And lastly is to end marriage. So they've already decided it's okay. So we are coming to the clinical framework. How much time do we have, Nilima ma'am? Are you there?
We can have 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take 15 and we'll rush through this. I'll be giving the PPT to everyone. So a lot of it is in it. How do we assess? So we assess the stage at which it has got discovered, whether it's ongoing, the motivation behind it. We assess that whether it was an escape, or it was anger, or sometimes revenge also. Yes, one of the very popular affairs that are coming up is as revenge. तूने किया, मैंने भी करके तेरे को दिखाया. Personality traits, yes, are they marital baseline? So because we have to work back from that baseline. So we have to assess that at what stage is that marriage. Okay, so is it a dead marriage? There is absolutely no connection, no intimacy for years. Whether it's a distressed marriage, there is resentment, communication breakdown. Whether it's a functional marriage or ceasefire marriage. Insight and remorse. This is very, very important to decide the prognosis and to even decide the flow chart, which we'll see that whether the partner who is betrayed, whether he is genuinely or he or she. Okay, so I don't know. I'm saying he sometimes, I'm saying she sometimes, but it's neutral. We're not gender. It's a gender neutral lecture. So is there genuine remorse that full responsibility has been taken and the partner's pain has been understood, and will it be tolerated? Performative guilt is something that sometimes when the affair is known to everyone, they say abhi sorry bol do, abhi maaf kar do, as if it's like something to perform. Okay, forgiveness is a process. Okay, what here some partners do is they just want to wrap up the mess they have created. So they say chalo chalo, I'm saying sorry, ab ye nahi hoga, let's move on, and they stop talking about it. No, that is not how the clinical framework is. Blame shifting, there is sometimes guilt, there is guilt, but then with it they say हाँ लेकिन तुम भी तो ऐसा किया था, तुमने भी तो ऐसा किया था. Sometimes there is minimization. The assessment alone determines progress more than any factor. Okay, 3 genuine questions. Is there genuine remorse? Is there willingness to cut all contacts? Okay, this is the first step required for any kind of therapy to start or any kind of intervention to start over rebuilding the injury that has happened to the relationship. And is there any capacity for emotional work? Okay, so we assess them emotionally. The flow chart is affair is discovered, yes. Whether the contact has stopped. If it is not stopped, then we only contain the crisis. Okay, if there is some emotional breakdown of either partners, it can be guilt in the partner who is betrayed. Okay, sometimes he or she is very, very remorseful. Okay, so we contain the crisis. If the contact has been stopped and it's zero contact, okay, and there is genuine remorse, okay, only then we move forward. If there is no remorse, okay, then we can take the exit plan, or we can just treat them as individual. The relationship is not treated. Yes, if both are willing, then we go ahead with the 4-phase repair model, or if they're not, then there is limited prognosis. So affair की पहली priority क्या होनी चाहिए? It should be to stabilize the affected partner. So crisis containment is the first step. You stop the affair, emotional stabilization karo. The person has to, we have to see the person sleeping and eating well. Okay. There will be grief of loss of the relationship, loss of social status, whatever. But if the person is sleeping, eating well, partially functional, then we need not medicate grief. But if there are sleep disturbances or acute anxiety or panic attacks, or you see visible acute stress reaction, then we give anxiolytics if needed. If there are some pre-existing factors like postpartum depression or postpartum or perimenopausal, we look into that and we medicate. Assess safety, yes. Meaning making. Okay, so the second phase is that we understand the soil that the affair grew in. Okay, it's a pattern recognition. It's not blaming or clarifying whose the blame was. Okay, what we are doing is we're recognizing the pattern, why it happened, so that is the grounds on which the repair work will happen. Okay, so was it communication breakdown? Then where did the dialogue die? Was it some underlying attachment issues or any irrational beliefs or childhood traumas or patterns? Repair work is the first one is that transparency is rebuilt. Okay, first is structured apology. So repair work will not happen out of the blue, or it doesn't happen till now, till contentment and meaning making. It's more of the therapist's job, but after that it is the willful and full-fledged cooperation from both the partners, which will ensure that the repair work will give results. And they cannot be back and forth with breaking the rules that we have set already. So we ensure that there is structured apology. It's a full responsibility without any ifs or buts. Transparency rebuilding is committed. Trust rituals are made, that what actions would be taken. Emotional attunement. So atonement, attunement, and attachment are the three phases that John Gottman advises. So emotional attunement is we learn to read and respond to the partner in a fresh way. Okay. So repair work is not reviving the old relationship. Okay. It's learning what was wrong with that relationship and then creating a fully new relationship with new rules and new rituals and new baseline commitments. Okay, so Gottman-based repair attempts are de-escalation or learning how to communicate healthily, how to resolve conflicts in a respectful manner. And he advises this 20-minute state of union emotional check-ins every week. Okay, where we check in what we have been doing for each other and how is our emotional health. Restructure the marriage. So we establish new rules and new skills. Okay, new communication rules. Conflict training is given. Reintroducing intimacy gradually, patiently, without any pressure. Identity restoration. This is very important and it's very helpful, especially for partners who had lost themselves. Okay, so I've seen patients, glow after they have, reclaimed that identity. Someone starts a small business. There's a very famous person today in Surat who used to who had lost her identity and she's rebuilt it, and it's so amazing to see her flare. See her grow. And forgiveness here, I want to stress this, that forgiveness is a process, and what is very important is that it cannot be forced. Okay, the betrayed partner has full right to not forgive as well. Okay, we have the role of facilitation. Okay, so 7 principles, this we can read. When to not say, very important. No genuine remorse, no stopping of affair, the abuse still continues, the patterns are revisited, or sorry, it's not about the pattern. The affairs, there are multiple affairs and we need to look in the personality, or there is personality pathology or chronic blame shifting and zero accountability. So sometimes our job is not to repair the marriage. Sometimes it's to see that with the least damage, we uncouple them without affecting if there are children. So prevention, not today's topic, but still I'm ending with it, that, safer is something that can be done in a marriage. It can be applied to our marriage from even tonight. Have this state of union, no phones meeting, at least weekly once. Appreciation expression. So I say that we are so unskilled at even appreciating. Okay, we just appreciate achhi lag rahi ho, or the very external attributes. Deeper appreciation is when you attach value to that person's ability or capacity. And even better appreciation is when you tell that person how her or his being or his doing has affected you emotionally. Okay. So I appreciate my partner that, your support makes me feel want to achieve more. Okay. So fight correctly. Yes, we should have a session on how to resolve conflicts healthily. Emotional check-ins. आज कैसा feel हो रहा है? Okay. There are these 5 magic hours that Gottman advises. So he says, जाते वक्त अच्छी तरह goodbye बोलो. आते वक्त 10 मिनट एक दूसरे को दो और पूछो कि आज का दिन कैसा रहा. While going, tell what you are looking forward to the day. After coming, check in. Have 10 minutes for some kind of physical affection. It can be just sitting together, holding each other. He advises kissing. That's categorically for 6 seconds. And there are 2 hours for a date. Okay, that's only just 2 of you. And yes, last is relationship boundaries. So, yeah, the wall and windows. I'll just end with this walls and window concept. There's someone called as Shirley Glass. She's also very renowned faculty in relationship area. And it's a very popular concept where she says that windows are something that should open between the partners. Okay. So there is transparency and there's a lot of give and take. And walls is something that you have with the outer world as far as the emotional intimacy and physical intimacy is concerned. Okay. And they say that the shifting of the walls and windows is the start of an affair. You start opening the window outside and there's a wall in between you two. So relationship boundaries, it's very important to set as far as transparency or as far as some kind of past experiences have been there regarding how that affair started. So, concluding with that affairs are not about sex, they're about longing, longing to be seen, longing to feel alive, and longing for a self that got lost. The opposite of infidelity is not faithfulness. It is daily conscious choice to turn towards your partner instead of away, and that choice has to be made every single day. It's like a bank account of love, connection, the ABCD, the attachment, the being you, the communication, and the desire. And you need to pay that daily EMI, daily installment in it. And I hope with this that all of you, yeah, these are the study references. All of you, I wish that आप लोगों का रिश्तों का बैंक अकाउंट ऐसे छलोछल होता रहे, and please take care of yourself. Thank you for patient hearing.
Thank you very much.
There's a
Thank you, Doctor. That was really nice. And one question in the chat box.
Yeah.
Still seeking cancer behind affairs?
Pardon?
can we do something with this eco thing? Can anyone solve that?
So I've added
Can I ask a
some
question?
slides also at the end so
I
that
think
you guys also want to add something. You
once
can
so the
do.
ego will come stop.
Hello.
Is there an eco now?
There's still eco.
Yeah.
I think it has reduced, I think.
Yes. Better now, I think.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Trupti, there are lots and lots of comments in the chat, and everyone is appreciating your talk and your presentation.
Thank you.
Very nice session. It was really good. Very good presentation.
Can I
Beautifully
put across a
explained.
question?
There
Question,
are
yes.
some.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
I'll share the presentation. I've made it only for you people because I feel that there are no valid books on this, or it it was a more detailed presentation, but I have hidden some slides so you can unhide them and read them also. And I feel that with this Glidden and all things coming up, which is an official site for extramarital affairs, like imagine what times we are living in, and so I feel that all the more homework for all of us. And if I'm able to guide you in my small way, please.
Ma'am, a question from here.
Yes, please.
Two observations I have seen. Few of my friends who had love marriages,
Yeah.
now the marriages are more than a decade, and now I am seeing extramarital affairs from the male partner. That is one part. And uh, how you see about the behavior ki many people are going to Bangkok or spa for sexual pleasure. So how do you put your observations in these two scenarios?
See, it is also all about opportunity. Okay. And so I'll answer the first one, love marriage or Indian marriage, right? Your question is why extramarital affairs are happening in love marriage? Is that your question?
Yes.
Yeah. So, like, what's the premise of love marriage or arranged marriage? Okay, we feel कि love marriage में प्यार है, okay, और arranged marriage में तो प्यार करना पड़ेगा, okay. But they have found that arranged marriages have this system where you come committed, okay, where you know you will have to do some work to establish that love, okay. So in fact, love arranged marriages have lower chances of extramarital affairs. Okay, love marriage has this already security that we are in love, nothing will happen, kind of a thing. Or maybe, you know, sometimes it's more about personalities also of what kind of people fall in love. I am not so confident at answering this, and I've always wanted to say this. I'm afraid of saying this. I love encountering my fears. So I'm afraid of saying, yeah, I don't know the answer. This is what I can answer. Yeah, the second one. So what's your question? I didn't get it. Like you're asking that that sex is on sale somewhere and why people are buying. That's what your question
Yes.
is?
Yes, and many people are then like a person visiting spa is not going to report it to the partner. So I wanted to understand ki, means how what is your observation in terms of extramarital affair? This is a one chance thing, but this pattern will be repeated for Bangkok जा रहे हैं spa बार बार जाते हैं. So how do you understand this pattern and this behavior, and why is this happening?
So, for example, if a man says that, I just went to a spa, it was just a massage and it was just for pleasure, and I don't mean anything, we're still in love, we're still in the marriage, I'm still committed to you, and don't take it otherwise. And the wife is unable to take it and is not able to digest this fact. So, how do we come in such a scenario?
So it is about what is this about? Okay, what is this about for the man who is doing it? Okay, that meaning making has to be done. Okay, okay, whether he is having it because it's available, so it's buying it as a commodity. Yeah, so the wife, if she wants to judge him, or if we all want to judge these people, what we'll have to do is we have to go in the depth of why they chose what they chose. Okay, वो meaning making जो phase है ना, we make meaning of why this happened. So if he went there as a commodity, यार मिल रहा था, खरीद लिया, मुझे अच्छा लगा, खरीदा मैंने. Yeah, so there'll be a different connotation to that, right? Second is that I am escaping for my boredom. बहुत हो गया वही I want something new. Yeah, so I am seeking novelty. Yes, there's a different meaning making for that. So this is what has to be done. ये एस्तर पेरेल बहुत अच्छी तरह बोलती है, what were you seeking? That has to be judged, not
But
the act of what we are feeling is this is क्या बोलते हैं extramarital affair है ये ऐसे. What was that person seeking?
right.
Was he person seeking novelty, bored by his life? Was he seeking his ability to buy these things? वो जा सकता है बैंकॉक, उसके शहर से अभी प्लेन शुरू हुआ है, वो खरीद सकता है टिकट, वो वहां पे भी खरीद सकता है. सो इट कैन सिंपली बी स्कैसिटी माइंडसेट. जैसे हम बड़ी बड़ी गाड़ी खरीदते हैं, गरीबी में से आते हैं तो बहुत मजा आता है बड़ी गाड़ी खरीदने का, तो वैसे ये भी करने का कभी कभी. इट्स ओनली अबाउट स्पेंडिंग मनी. Okay, it can be about some kind of क्या बोलते हैं, a lot of people go there because they have some sexual issues. Okay, which either they don't get they are terrified of their wives, or they have some sexual problems, so sometimes they go there as a ilaj also. But a lot of them go there because either the sex is missing. Okay, either they are seeking novelty, or either they are simply bored and they want something new, exciting. Okay, and add to this secrecy, scarcity and contrast. Okay, this is VTA lighting up. इधर ऐसा डोपामिनर्जिक ऐसा एक्सप्लोजन होता है कि सीक्रेट में करे, किसी को बताना नहीं, चोरी करने का मजा आता है. ओके, सेकेंड की स्कैसिटी है, ये यहीं मिलता है, सो उसकी वैल्यू बढ़ जाती है. ओके, ये आपको कहीं भी मिल सकता है, यू कैन बाय सेक्स एनीवेयर, राइट. बट थाईलैंड जाके वो वाला सेक्स खरीदा, उसका एक जैसे गुच्ची का बैग खरीदा, एलवी का बैग खरीद लिया, तो कैसा लगता है? या आर यू कन्विंस्ड?
Yes,
Sir,
ma'am.
are you convinced with my answer?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank you,
that
ma'am.
throws light. That throws quite a lot of light and different possibilities why that could happen. There are a few more questions in the chat box. You presented it from one way who falls in affair. What are the factors about the opposite person? Why should someone fall victim knowing well the person is married and has children? So what about the person who faces betrayal by the partner, and how should that person process it or deal with it? Like you already mentioned in your talk that forgiveness is a process and it will take a time.
Yes,
But for
yes, you can revisit the 4-stage framework. Okay, the stabilization has to happen first, then the repair work, or then the meaning
Hello,
making,
hello, hello.
then the repair,
Hello,
and
1
then
minute. Hello, I
Huh.
asked the question not after the affair happened.
Huh.
Why should one indulge in that? Why the other person should indulge in that? What are the factors?
Trupti, what is asking is the affair of this person, but the other partner
whom he is
with
having.
whom the affair is.
Huh,
Why
huh,
that?
huh, huh.
So for that
Are
person also similar things apply.
Huh. See, it's a collision of two needy worlds. Okay, which might not be appropriate from your, from the point of view of committed. You're asking if this person is committed and he is wanting to commit an affair, why the other committed person is supporting him. Okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, why that person का moral क्यों नहीं काम ये हो रहा है? क्योंकि these factors हैं. Oh my God. So I thought I'd share this case. So the person I was talking about, so ये यही है कि कि that other person is her best friend's husband. Okay, and they are having this affair. Okay, so he was seeking novelty. He's a multi-partner person. He doesn't have any job. So he loves to, call 20 calls. He made this my patient. And she was like, I felt so desired. My husband doesn't touch me. And उसने मुझे बोला, अरे यार चलना 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 आना आना आना. Somehow उनका group is all about two sums. She told me there is nothing like two sum, ma'am. Three sum होता है. So I'm like, yeah. So their group is all about this. Threesomes, and it's very routine conversation. अरे चलना आना हमारा कल threesome है. And I was like, it was a very overwhelming session for someone with with bindi and sari and gajra type of a person. But I I can empathize, and that's the capacity of a good therapist. Okay. So the other person has his own reasons, sir. Okay. Yes. Where this is coming from is you want कि अरे ये गलती कर रहा है तो सामने वाला तो उसको गलती करने से रोके, ठीक है, पर उसको भी गलती करनी है, उसके कोई और रीजंस होंगे. So I have this podcast coming up, and I had prepared this thing. If you guys have 5 minutes, we can do it with you. Do you have 5 minutes?
I have another question
Yeah.
below that. You said an affair does not mean physical relations or sex. Need not have.
Yes.
So without that, why there can't be genuine friendship?
So I think my just yesterday's reel is about this. Of course, there can be genuine friendships, and there are genuine friendships. I have one of my most genuine friendship with a man, and what differentiates a genuine friendship from an emotional affair is these three questions. Okay, one, whether you are sharing things that whether
How open you are about with the partner. That's the first and very
So
important.
pathognomic question is if what you're talking or if what you're chatting, if your partner sees, okay, or will you let your partner see it? If the person says no, then it's pathognomic that there is something, there is some boundary has got crossed. Okay. So genuine friendships mein you are very open. Whatever you're doing, talking, sharing, going,
So
everything
except secrecy, you mean if there is
Yes.
secrecy, then it is an affair. If there is no
Yes.
secrecy, fine, it's a genuine friendship.
Yes. So, I remembered. So, the emotional energy that is supposed to be shared with your partner is distributed more to that person. Okay. At the cost of this time. Okay. Second, so मैंने बोला ना बार बार किसी का नाम आने लगे तो थोड़ा सा ऐसा कान खड़े हो.
No, see,
Second,
many
just
times
listen to
it
my
happens.
answer, and then, second is this, that, when you want to share something, whether it's good news or bad news, this is the person that comes to your mind before your partner. Okay. Then that's, replacement of your committed partner with this emotional relationship. And third is secrecy. Yes, you start deleting messages or you start applying locks or you report that I had been there, but you don't report that how much fun you had with that person, which you were looking forward to have with, with your partner. Okay, so you don't want to tell कि अरे हाँ मजा है ना तेरे साथ भी मजा नहीं आता. Yeah, and third, you start talking about your problems about marriage to this third person. Okay, so वो emotional intimacy, वो sharing, वो deepen हो जाता है. Okay, it's not very casual. It's about how I'm lonely in my marriage and how my wife is not good in bed and those kind of things. And then you are not able to tell this to your wife.
Yeah, I still have a hitch in accepting this.
Yeah, please comfort with your
This
doubt.
happens routinely. Any person, like, there are many boys who are more open with friends. They talk with friends any damn thing, which they are not able to talk in the family. Right? So same thing can happen with the person of the opposite sex. They are open, they are more emotionally at the same wavelength which they share, but they can't share it in the family. Why
So
it
they
should
need
make an
not
affair?
share, they need not share it with their family, but they need to share that I'm sharing these things. This
Right,
level of
secrecy,
sharing I've established.
I
You should
understand.
be openly able to tell your wife that, I'm
Right,
talking about our sex life with my friend.
I understand secrecy.
Huh.
I accept. If there is secrecy, then there is problem.
हाँ, secrecy
But
नहीं है तो
only
कोई
that
टेंशन नहीं है,
I'm
कुछ
not
भी
able
बात
to
करो.
express it in the family and I'm able to express it with someone else. How can it make an affair?
See, you are emotionally deeper connected with that person now.
It happens so many times. I have more emotional connections with my friends than in the family.
Family means you're saying your wife.
Wife or even other members of the family.
No, we are talking about an affair. You're committed to a partner and she deserves that window.
Yeah, committed, definitely. But I don't have any sexual attraction. I have no intention. But I talk freely with the other person. I feel relaxed
Why
when
you
I talk
cannot
to other
talk the
person.
same thing to your wife?
See, there are
Well,
personality differences.
sir, we are not talking about
I
that.
think
Like,
we
I
take
mean,
this
I
personally.
understand. Let
I
me
don't
give
think,
example.
I don't think
Trupti,
this
let
is
me
the
give
right platform
example.
to talk some of a personal problem where we say something that is generally applied. It might be a case, maybe, where you have been able to, walk on that thin line. It could be, but let's not generalize it with a personal example. Okay? Next.
Ma'am, one question was there.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel that internet exposure and this easy accessibility, because of this, the morality has gone down, and because of that, more affairs are happening? Means apart from your all beautiful observation, do you feel that because of this, morality has gone down, and that's why affairs are more happening nowadays?
Okay, I'll come to this question. Is there any other question or this is the last question?
No, can I ask something, please? Like, from the place
We'll
where I
take this
come
as the
from.
last question, morality
Yeah.
wala. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah. Can I ask one question? Like, from the place I come from, which is a town, there are many people who go to the Middle East, either the man or the woman. So, for a woman to be committed like that in the relationship without having her sexual desire, to be helped in any case is something. Similarly, I've seen men, the woman will be working very hard in the Middle East and she sends money, and this man will have a number of affairs and alcoholism and all. So the long distance relationship, that's one thing, plays a big role in the affairs. Like I've seen in USA also, people who are in the East Coast, man will be there and the woman will be in the West Coast. And this again, the it causes, little bit of disturbance in the marital life, and slowly they grow
Yes. So here I would like to
apart, and
continue with
that's
my
where the
friend's
affairs happen.
example
And
who
of course,
had
there is frivolousness. Yeah.
yes, yes,
The
I'll answer
frivolousness
that.
and the easy availability is one thing. The fun to have, because there is lot of time on hands nowadays for women who do not work at home, sitting at home, less work, a lot of time, boredom, and the TV movies and the media influence. All this plays a lot of role.
Yes. You have an observation there, which is really true. But coming to your question, which I hear is that what do couples who are in long distance relationship do if they are sexually deprived and they indulge into some sexual activity, right? Is it right or
Yes,
is it
yes, yes,
wrong? Or you
yes.
want me to judge it?
No, no. In such cases, do we really say, it's an
Yeah.
affair
So
and,
what do we do
yeah,
in such cases,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So coming to that patient, okay, too much data in 1 hour. So what happened is after having affair with that man, she came home and she told her husband, "This is what I've done. I've gone and had sex with him, and it was very good. And you have not touched me in 2 years." And this husband is also a patient of mine, not in very regular follow, but he took responsibility of it. He said, "Yes, I am partially responsible in this because I have not been able to keep you sexually happy." He has some sexual dysfunction because of shame. He's not able to approach a sexologist yet, and a lot of stress in his life. So he took that responsibility and he advised her that instead of indulging with a known person who lives in this building, why not seek a paid service for this? Okay, if you are so sexually deprived that you went to this extent. So she promised him that okay, will not do anything, I'll not indulge anymore. And then he told her that I he told her, "I get aroused when I see you having sex with someone, and so they have been planning to have a threesome where he'll get aroused and then, they'll explore their sexual problem, whether they can solve it like that.
No, good for
So,
both of them. The moral values coming down, please answer that question also, because
yes. I'll answer it as the last question. Don't worry. So here I am saying that we have to understand that why that sex happened. Okay, probably it's not it's a need that is not being served and it is being जैसे भूख लगी है तो चोरी कर ली है, ठीक है. Okay, so someone at least understands the compassionately, okay, this can be the scenario ऐसे. Okay, rather than just because that person is not not, I mean, we expect कि शादी हो गई तो तुम बिना सेक्स के भी रहनी चाहिए 4 साल तक, ठीक है. So it's a compassionate view that we are taking here of couple understanding that it's a need of the body, it's a need of marriage also. It's one of the base, and that's why sometimes we advise long distance relationship couples to know how to have sex on video or how to sext. Sexting is one of the ways, and indulge into whatever physical or sexual intimacy they can while being away. Okay, and then make meaning of what has happened. Okay, it's not happened out of disloyalty. It's happened out of sufficing a need that was not being deprived of. So one of the questions I'll ask, that if you have some judgment, if you personally don't like people who cheat, should you treat should you treat such patients? Yes or no? So you don't like people who morally degrade.
If you are judgmental, you cannot treat the person well. You cannot do justice.
Yes.
So it is better you don't indulge in that.
Yes. So when we are asking these questions, also reflect inside and see whether this is some kind of clinical data for you. Okay. From what place this question came in your mind, or what were you expecting to hear and what you didn't hear, is also a lot of clinical data about our own beliefs about affairs or about about such indulgences. Okay, so shall I answer the morality question?
Yes, please.
Yes. So morality, how does it develop? We have to go there. Okay, जैसे I ask everyone कि आपने सच बोलना कैसे सीखा? किसने सिखाया आपको सच बोलना? या आपने कैसे सीखा? What was the procedure?
Parents, society, superego development.
Yes. So one of the very, very important thing is that it was taught right from childhood. Okay, छोटेपन से सिखाया गया. Even though the ways were different. Okay, so first it was instructive. Okay, simple. कुछ समझना नहीं था क्या होता है सच बोलना है, सच बोलना है, ठीक है. फिर it became demonstrative. Okay, you saw पापा और मम्मी saying the truth or demonstrating it कि नहीं हमें ये बताना है, ऐसा नहीं करते, ऐसा नहीं बोलते. Okay, then it was reparative. Okay, सिखाया कि नहीं ये ऐसा किया तो इसकी सजा भी मिली हमें, फिर हमने अपने आप को रिपेयर किया. कभी मार मिली या कभी समझाया, या हमारे सबके लाइफ में ऐसा हुआ है, हमने कभी झूठ बोला है और फिर हमको कुछ उसका पनिशमेंट मिला है. Okay, so these are the ways in which, and when you grow up, you yourself seek out to learn things and to make yourself more and more evolved. Okay, so you have ideals. Okay, so you are inspirational हो जाती है बहुत सारी चीजें. I follow someone, I become disciplined like them. So these values have to be nurtured right since childhood. Okay, now morality also grows up like this only, but when we avoid talking about sex or sexual things or about respecting women or what to do in certain circumstances, then it doesn't get developed. And then it depends on the environment that you're living. Okay, of what is being fed to you. Okay, so if I ask you P-N-S, what is it? Okay, fill in the blanks. P-N-S. What comes to your mind? Yes? Are you with me?
Penis.
Yes. Okay. B-O-O-S. Boobs. Right? Now it's not penis, it was pants. And it was not boobs, it was books. Okay. So these are the influences that are increasing because of internet. Okay. This dilution. Now, that dilution, how much it is happening, it depends on कि अंदर कितना concentration है. अभी अंदर कुछ concentration है ही नहीं. So you'll get sucked into these values and you will say कि अरे this is life. This is everyone is doing, so I'll also do it. Okay? Yes? Yes?
Yes.
So influences do not have the power over you until you give it that. Until you give in. Okay. Now here's an example. This I've kept it for my podcast, but I'll do it with you guys also. So there is a man, because of some railway issue, he's got stranded on a platform and he goes in the waiting room and there is a beautiful woman there all alone. It's midnight. Okay, कोई नहीं है, सुनसान छोटा सा स्टेशन था, कुछ गाड़ी का फेलियर हो गया, उसको कहीं और जाना था, उतर गया, गाड़ी निकल गई. Okay, there is no one. Okay. So he goes there and he notices her and she notices him noticing her. Okay. Now she keeps noticing him and then she smiles. Okay. Now, what is the man thinking?
She is
Yes.
inviting.
Yes. Okay. Now, what will he do?
Make a move.
So, where is this answer coming from?
Experiences.
Okay. Okay. Now he makes a move. Okay. He, she, her expressions tell him that she's inviting him. Okay, she's in a sari and she unbuttons one button of a blouse and he unbuttons his pants and he approaches her. Okay. What is he telling himself? What is he doing? He's taking advantage of an opportunity. It's a safe opportunity. सामने से कोई बोल रहा है, काहे को ना बोलने का, ऐसा सोच सकता है, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So opportunity is also something that dilutes morality. Okay. अब देखते हैं आगे क्या होगा. So he's close to her and then she says, "साहब 5,000 रुपए होगा." Okay. Now what will he do?
Probably.
Backs off.
If he has the money, he will give. And
No, but his morality kicks in. यार ये prostitute के साथ नहीं करने का है बाबा ये सब. Maybe his safety kicked in. Okay, so he backs off. Okay, he says no. Now what is he doing? His morality has got up because of a label. Okay, prostitute का label लगने के बाद अब morality different हो गई. ठीक है कि यार prostitute के साथ नहीं करने का है अपने को, अपन इतना नहीं गिरे हुए हैं. ठीक है? Okay. Now what happens? She says कि oh, you've misunderstood. I'm not a prostitute. Okay, I need this money. My bag has got stolen and I am very self-respecting. So this is something that I can offer and it's on sale and you can take it. I'm a very respectable woman. Okay, but I want it transactional. I don't want a favor or I don't want something immoral here. I'm just selling something that I have in exchange for something that I need. Now what he does? Now what will he think? Will he
His
go ahead
guilt
or
will melt. His guilt will melt.
Yeah. Now it's not about indulgence. It's not about exploiting an opportunity. It's about helping someone. उसका empathy kick in हो गया. वो बोल रहे हैं, अरे यार बेचारी औरत, इतनी खुददार औरत, चलो उसकी मदद ही कर देता हूँ. अब वो जो बेच रही है वो ले लेता हूँ, है मेरे पास कैपेसिटी. Yes.
Yes, absolutely yes.
Now when he goes near her, he's now unbuttoned. Okay? Erect bhi ho gaya hai wo. Okay, now he says, but if my husband finds this, then there's a risk. I'm telling you. He's in police. Ab
He'll back
अब
off.
now see these are our own personal our own personal beliefs, maybe influenced by stories we've heard, or maybe influenced by society, what's happening, or the news that we have heard. Okay, there are no right or wrong answers here. Okay, he can back off, he can go ahead. वो बोलता है अरे मैं पुलिस लोगों को अपने जेब में रखता हूँ, तो मेरे को ऐसा वैसा समझी कि मैं सीईओ है बहुत करोड़पति कंपनी का. So see, he goes ahead. Yeah, he has sex, and then someone calls that person, and she picks up that phone. She puts it on speaker. Yeah. So now he's like कि अरे कुछ नहीं, because already that alliance has got formed. See, क्या हुआ? When she said, when his empathy kicked in, and he was compassionately doing it to help her. Okay, already an alliance has got formed. I am your helper. Okay, so when there is a threat, okay, now what he's saying, I will deal with it. Okay, ठीक है ना, क्योंकि वो अलायंस हो गया है ना, तो अब हेल्प करेंगे, अब मिल के देख लेंगे क्या करना है. ओके, सो जब हम किसी के साथ ऑलरेडी अलाई बन जाते हैं, देखो हमारे वॉर में भी ये हो रहा है, ठीक है, फिर हम वो जो रिस्क आते हैं ना, वी एक्सेप्ट दोज रिस्क, वी डोंट बी अफ्रेड ऑफ दोज रिस्क. ओके, सी वी सीइंग दिस हैपन इन द वॉर. यस, अब जिसके साथ दोस्ती कर ली, अब जो तू बोलेगा भाई वो ही बराबर है. दिख रहे हैं ना हम क्या हो रहा है, यूएई और पाकिस्तान के साथ क्या हो रहा है. बहुत शिटी प्लेस में है पाकिस्तान, ठीक है, दो लोगों के साथ ऐसा अलायंस किया विच इज काउंटर है. ओके, सो अब क्या हुआ, समवन कॉल्ड दैट गर्ल. ओके, शी पुट्स इट ऑन स्पीकर, इट्स दैट पर्सन्स वाइफ, एंड दिस गर्ल सेज योर वाइफ हैज फेल्ड द टेस्ट. या सो इट वॉज अ सेटअप. अभी मेरी स्टोरी थोड़ी सी और अच्छी होनी चाहिए टू आंसर ऑल द लॉजिस्टिक्स बिहाइंड हाउ दिस हैपेंड, बट this is what happens. I mean, this is how, see, our morality shifted in this, that person's morality along with ours shifted in this narrative so many times, back and forth. Yes, so morality is not a very single entity. Okay, मैं हरदम सच बोलती हूँ, but I can lie if I have to save someone's life. Okay, that's a morality that is supported by a bigger cause. Okay, so when we say अरे morality, तो मैं बोलती हूँ morality is a entity that cannot stand all by itself. It's in face of crisis, in face of some kind of confusion, it can shift. Okay, that's why it shifts, na? In the affair also it shifts. Where does it shift? That this person understands me like no other person in this world. Okay, and then you start seeing the good qualities of this person, and then you start seeing the bad qualities of your partner, and then you morally start justifying कि अरे ये इतनी खराब है तो मैं करूंगा क्या कर सकता हूँ, इस बेचारी को भी तो मदद की जरूरत है, अब तो मैंने कमिट कर लिया, अब तो मैंने इसे बोल दिया मैं तेरे बिना नहीं रह सकता, अब तो मैं इसके साथ सो गया हूँ. सो सी, this is how that morality shifts, exactly how it shifted in that railway compartment, railway waiting room. Okay, I think people are leaving and we are like taking too much liberty here. Over to you, Nilima.
No, I think that was really a great session with so much of rich discussion and detail in the presentation. And there are some more questions in the chat box. People are not leaving. They want to discuss more and more. But I think because of want of time, we'll have to end it over here. And thank you again. Thank you very much for such a lucid presentation.
Do send me the questions. I might send the replies to you, and you could post in on the groups that wherever, or if we know the people, just take a screenshot and we'll send them the answers.
And all these questions will also help her make more podcasts and more reels.
No, you said you will share the slides. How will you share that?
Which group are you there? Are you in live CME or?
Actually, this presentation
I
will
mean,
be
wherever
put
you
on
have
the
posted the
YouTube
Zoom
channel.
link, wherever you posted the Zoom link, post the presentation. Nilima Ben or Ritamra Mehta ma'am can do it.
It will be available on the YouTube channel of the West Zone. So it will be there for anyone who wishes to view it. The whole presentation and the whole session, the
No,
recording
but
of
they
this
need the
whole,
presentation to, you know,
the
use it.
slides.
Yeah.
Okay, if you permit, we'll circulate it to all the
Yeah,
groups wherever
definitely.
we have shared
Definitely.
the links.
Nilima Ben, you can put that in this chat itself right now, so anyone can
Is it possible to do that?
get it later on with a link.
We can forward it in the groups also. Whatever groups you have forwarded the Zoom
That
link.
also,
Huh.
yes, it can be
I
done.
mean,
Yes.
it'll spam.
I am
Spam.
sorry to interrupt. Tripti ma'am, could you please share your LinkedIn? I would really love to connect with you.
I am yet only on Instagram and YouTube. अभी LinkedIn दूर है.
Okay, I'll reach out to you there then. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
I run a channel that's called as drtrupti.love. I think I love teaching and Instagram is letting me do it.
drtripti.love, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. All of you, thanks a lot from my end. Okay.
Yeah. That was a very great session, and everybody loved it, and all were quite actively discussing and questioning.
Yes.
So that
I
was
still
very
feel
good.
bad that some of the questions have gone unanswered. Like,
But
but
it's a very vast area, so I
yes, and I
mean,
think let's
everything.
respect the decorum. Okay, I have time, but I think let's respect the decorum and let's find out. This shows this is an interesting topic. Maybe you could invite a better faculty for future topics also, and everyone can get more answers, including me. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you, every good night.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank you
bye.
everyone for
Thank
your
you. Thank you.
wishes. Have a nice life. Have a nice marriage, partnership, and take care of yourself.
Oh, just 1 second. We all
Yeah.
can put on the video. We'll take a screenshot. All of you, please show your faces and we'll take a screenshot.
कुछ लोग ऐसा बनियान वनियान में होंगे अभी आप ऐसा